Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks, and made a video the other day that I would share this, and somebody took it, and then they asked if they could simplify the cross, but still have this ITH or S in it, which stands for Christ or Jesus, and they sent me this clip art, so you could. It's pretty good size, so I'm going to reduce, it doesn't really matter because it's such an easy trace. Outline trace clip art does it that quick. It does it really clean. And you can see that the gray matters inside. So we need to go to group and ungroup and then grab the black and move it over. Now you notice it's a thick line, so we can, there's two ways you could do this. I'm gonna left click, right click, and you can see the two lines. If you go to, in this case, it works. Go and break the curve apart and then select that inner one and delete. So now you have a cross that's a cut line, make it a hairline. Now, you would want it a little longer, so all you have to do there is just make sure you grab the right amount of nodes and make them equal, and then start moving and hold down the control button. The control button will not let you really move off center, and then when you get where you want, and I'd actually take away those nodes. Oh no, they're pretty much keeping it straight. So I showed how to put this in here the other day, so I'm just going to show it again. If only a couple people have asked for this cross, but we're going to take an ellipse. I've still got that set on that. Hold down the shift key and grow it, and then move it around. It doesn't really have to be perfectly in the center yet. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the Smart Fill tool to fill that in. And then by doing that, I'll have those initials. And then I can left click, right click, and it is set on a hairline. And then what I can do is actually delete that other line. It's pretty much in the center. It's pretty good, but I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't delete it, and I have. And because the reason I want to do that, I want to group this together in case it's not, Control G, and hit P, put it in the center of the page. Draw an ellipse, and then hit P, put it in the center of the page. I don't want it quite that thick, so I can take and hold down the shift key and make it a little thinner. Go ahead and make it red. I'm going to go ahead and group that for just a second. And now I'm going to bring this in and put P. So now my circle is in the center of the cross. Now it's not center left, it is center left and right, but not up and down. So then you could take it, holding down the control button, and just get it wherever you think the center is. Now, there's lots of ways you could weld stuff like this, but this would be a really complicated weld. So we're just going to use the virtual segment delete key, and we're going to go through first. Can't really delete that. You know what? Let's do this. Let's set our nudge factor on something low, 0.02, and let's nudge this down just ever so slightly. Now take the virtual segment delete key, and I'm going to have to do something about this. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the individual letters, and I'm going to get rid of the cross. And anywhere that I don't want the line to be, like right there. So all that is going to stay together. That's going to be one piece. So see, I didn't have to do anything. You just got to think about where the Smart Fill is going. So we want to get rid of the cross. So that's going to all fill in. We need to take away that. You just need to kind of think about, where the Smart Fill is going to leak and where you want it to leak or you don't want it to leak. So we're going to actually, let's take that out and that out. Whoop, I got a little bit too close to it. Now we need to figure out this right here, what we're going to do. And my suggestion, if we take away this, then we have an open line. And we can't have that. So let's try this. Let's take we could actually back up, but we're going to get the 3-point curve line and just make a little line right there. And then we can delete that. That didn't really help us. You know what, I did it right there. So let's look back what I did. Yeah, I erased the bottom though. I erased the circle we shouldn't have erased. So let's back up. I must erase those at the very beginning. I should not have erased those circles. So I'm not going to erase those circles this time or delete them. So now we're going to go through and do that. I don't want to do the same mistake I just did. Nope. I see. I want that inner circle. I guess is what I should have done. I want the inner circle. Yes. So we're going to go through and just remember to leave the inner circle. That's one thing good about Corel, especially if you're just starting. I must have my backup pretty far. So you just got to imagine that that's going to sweep through there. So we're going to go in and do that. We can delete that outer circle. We can delete that outer circle, delete the cross. And when I say delete the cross, it's just the structure where the cross was. And we're almost done. Well, I think we're in the same predicament. We've got to figure out what to do right here. Let's back up a little bit more, maybe leave that top circle. No, you can't. When you have this, it's going to cut. Maybe delete the outer. There we go. Delete the outer circle on that one. And then we got one more. And we'll delete that part of the cross. So this should work. Your final test is your Smart Fill tool. And that's what it's going to look like. Then, using the Smart Fill tool, move it over, left click, right click. And anybody that asks for this file in the future is going to get both of them. And I might even try, these are pretty close. Matter of fact, they're almost dead on. So I'm going to go with the one that we made. And so if you ask, I'll put a link to this video that had that. So I wasn't really happy with this, the way it looked anyway. So I'm kind of glad that viewer or subscriber asked. I keep hitting the calculator button. So if you ask for the scroll saw, and I'll put my email at the bottom of this video also. Anyway, I need to delete all that before I save it. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.